Hi guys, we're back here at Beamer Son Garage. So today we're going to do a little video here on a Mighty Jump pack. Way before they ever came out with these, these new jump packs that they got now. Here's one here, and NoCo Boost Plus, AutoZone. A lot of places sell these. It's a 12 volt, 1000 amp jump pack. So we're going to test these out. We know these work good, but what about the Mighty Jump It? Mighty Jump It. I'm going to show you right now what it looks like. It consists of a battery and a cigarette lighter plug. So that plugs into that, and that plugs into your cigarette lighter. Let's go try it out. We're going to use our $300 card that we bought for parts to fix some of the cars around here. I bought a parts car for $300. It was wrecked in the front. It hit a deer, then I think it hit a wall, is what I was told. So, and we got dumped out again. We got another inch of snow out here. It's like 19 degrees out here. It's cold. But we're gonna go out here and play with it. We got our jersey gloves. We got a hoodie on. We got a rooster there. Hope he don't attack me. Come on, rooster. Come on now, get out of my way. Never got attacked by him yet. And I use that word sparingly, yet. So I want to start this thing when we did the caliper swapping on it, and it was real slow. It was cranking slow. So we don't know if it's even going to start. Hey, Smoke. What's up, baby? There you are. I was wondering where you been. How you doing, huh? My smoke kitten. So here we go. Here's a 2001 green Toyota. And this thing was hit in the front, and I pulled it all out with a tow truck and straightened it out the best I could. It's a lot better than it was, that's for sure. We disconnect the ground on it because we don't want it drawn. This is a little cheapy battery I bought from DNS, one of our buddies over here. My keys fell out of my hoodie. Oh, yuck. Oh, snowy now. Let me get my gloves on here. Here we go. Our pair of dollar jersey gloves. $1. Yeah, it's worth it. One little jersey glove really does a lot. So we're going to try this jump pack here. It's got a switch made into it. Into the plug. And we're going to see how that does. There's some snow. There's some snow on the ground. On the floor. Let's get that up. There we go. So we're going to plug this in. Hope you guys can catch all this. This plugs into here. Then there's a switch. And the switch is, if it's forward, it goes towards the car. If it's back, it charges. So we're going to plug it in. See if we get any green light lit. No. We're not getting no green on it. Maybe we got to have the key on. And I got this from my mother. Yeah, my mom bought this for me. She cared about me. This is before the other jump boxes were available. And keys on. I'm not seeing any green light. And I don't even know if the cigarette lighter even works in the car. It started, but that's not doing any good. That's not even, the light's not working, so not getting connection to it. So it's not even doing its job. We charge it in-house off a jump box. And we kind of hoped it would work, but that's probably why you got it so cheap, Mom. They were no good when they sold them. So we'll use our AutoZone jump pack. Actually, I bought this from a private individual, but my son and I bought one from AutoZone, and we paid $100 for it. It started, it was real slow. Let's see what difference it's going to make hooking this up. And there's a little switch there to turn it on. Right there. That powers it up. You can see the lights all running back and forth there. Now let's see what it sounds like with the jump pack hooked to it. The battery's low, it is charged. Oh yeah, it's definitely working. But I have to take a fuel. I don't have anything on the dash working. That's weird. Wipers work? Oh no, everything's cut. So yeah, it starts right up with the jump pack. No problem. Now this car here, we bought it for parts, so we didn't buy it to fix it. There's a lot of misconceptions. Some people are just asses about it and are haters. We didn't buy it to fix this car. We bought it for parts. So we did pull it out. We did straighten it out a little bit. I couldn't help myself. And I'm just that way. And so first thing we did was we took the brand new tires off of it and we swapped them with the 98. So we took the 14-inch rims and tires off the 98, and that's what you got right here. And then we took the tires and tires and rims, because they're 13s on these cars. And we put the original rims and tires that were on this car on the 98. So that's the first thing we did, was we robbed Peter and we paid Paul here. So we're going to call this car Paul. So Paul got a whole set of brand new tires. You can see that. Brand new tires and the correct 13-inch wheels on Paul. And then Peter here got the 14s off of Paul on it. So, and they're nice. I mean, these tires are nice, but they're going to throw your speedometer off. They're not going to be correct. Now, this car here was going to be scrapped, so they cut the roof out so they could pile scrap in it. And I only had half the roof, so this was the original piece here. This was a piece I had out of another car. So what I did was I tack welded this piece back into the car, and I shoehorned this in here with some self-tappers and sandwiched it in there with some roofing tar. And then, of course, I put roofing tar, and it doesn't leak. Surprisingly, it doesn't leak a drop. So we did that to the car because we didn't want water getting in it every time it rained, and that's what it was. It was full of water when we bought it. And they chopped all the wires right here to it. And we don't have no power of hardly anything right here. You can see it right here. It chopped all the wires red. I think that what they were going to do was they were going to chop the radiator support, then yuck the motor out. And so they started chopping, and for some reason they stopped. And you can see that I pulled this pretty much all back out, and I even straightened the hood out, and it's separated. Then the next thing we took off the car that Peter lost was the starter. The starter was going out of a 98, and so we took the starter off, the 2001, which is Peter, and we put it on Paul. And we took Paul's starter and put it back on Peter, and it's just real working. It was clicking and clicking and clicking, and it didn't want to start. It's probably got 1 million starts on it. You can see the starter right there. And we got that swapped out. I didn't do it myself. I wasn't feeling good. I had a buddy of mine, my neighbor, come over and swap the starters for me. We put a battery in it, pulled the front end out, swapped the starters, and then recently we took the caliper off of this one, and on one side of brake pads because they were like new, and we put them on Paul over there. Well, Peter had nice, mining and a caliper, and so we swapped them. Well, unfortunately, Peter's bleeder screw broke, so we had to swap them back, and then we took the caliper that was on Paul over there that was stuck, and we turned it in for a core, and now it's got a new caliper that we bought from AutoZone, $72, and we got it for $52 because we turned the core in. And I had a $20 rewards core, so it would have been $100 without the core. But since I had the core and I had $20 rate, it cost us $52. With tax, it was $60. So we got, Paul over there looking pretty good. And that's what we've done to this car so far since we purchased it for $300. Is we've been robbing parts of it. But we're swapping them. So we're not going to disable this car. Not until I get around to taking the engine out of it for the 2001 Geo Prism over there. Once we pull this engine out, and it'll be pretty much inoperable unless I try to swap the engines back. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I might. I doubt it. It's kind of redundant, but I might just slam it in there so I got a place to, because it's a good core engine. It's still be a great engine to rebuild if somebody wanted to rebuild it. I'm not going to rebuild it. Never done one of them. It's not my expertise, but I've never done a motor swap on one, so it'll be my first toy. I've done Hondas, I've done Fords and Dodges and Chevys and all kinds of other manufacturers, but I've never done Toyota, so it's going to be a new thing for me, doing a swap. Now, I notice there's a new brake line on here. That's kind of cool. Yeah, you can see the copper lines. Actually, a couple of them looks like. That one looks new, that one looks new, and that one looks new. There's 3 lines that all look new. Yeah, they're all new. 3 new lines, so we may end up robbing some lines off this too. It's got a working master cylinder, working alternator. This is good. We're going to rob this for, I think my son, oh no, this has got a hole in it. Oh yeah, the whole side was blown out. Yeah, I could duct tape that. I think the pump's bad on one of them around here. The washer pump. And it's got a good, well, it did have a good wiper motor, but it's not going to be working because of all the wiring chopped right here. I may try to patch that in there. I don't know if I'll fix that. So it's got a good horn, and at least it should be a good horn. We need to do some more robbing off of Peter here and paying Paul. So there you guys go. Wanted to show you. This thing's still going. I'm going to turn it on. And unhook the ground. They got some kind of draw on these later model cars, and if you don't run them all the time, you're better off to disconnect the battery because it'll run the battery down. And we do that, so. And it doesn't latch. The hood don't latch because I didn't really go through the trouble trying to make it latch, but you can see the latch is all messed up. So guys, there's the story on the car that hit the wall and then it hit a Deere. 2001 Toyota Corolla CE body style. And we love the car. It's just giving up its parts for me and for my son. And that's why I bought it. It was a good deal for $300. The engine's worth more than that. The alternator's $200 alternator new. I could just go on. It's just trove of parts here, The transmission, it's got a good overdrive transmission, we believe. There's a lot of other good parts on it. And we'll just keep robbing Peter here, because that's her name, is a Peter Toyota, and paying Paul. See you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye. Here's a 65 Plymouth Barracuda that my son bought. And I've been working on it, and I got this thing running now and driving. Pretty cool. Check back with us, guys. It's freezing cold out here. I'm going inside warm up. My hands are getting cold. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.